Hey, hey. It's a beautiful morning for once for a test ride. I'm on my way now to Royal Enfield Quezon City for the first ever test ride day in the Philippines of the Himalayan Scram 411. Really looking forward to it. Let's go. Alright, here we are. Looks like we've got a line of test riders. Just signed up and waiting for the Scram. There she is. Oh, this is a good looking one. This is actually one of the two most expensive models along with the red and white one. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay guys, this is it. We are finally gonna try out the Scram. But, picture muna. Here we go. The long-awaited test ride on the Scram. Ho-ho! What? Oh my. So it is that familiar engine from the Himalayan, but somehow more fun. Is it because of the bike size? It's somehow really more playful than the Himalayan. It kind of eggs you on more to... Oh, I know, it's the agility with that smaller front wheel at 19-inch instead of the 21-inch. Great low seat. I'm actually not flat foot all the way. My heels are just like half an inch or an inch off the ground. I don't think I can actually state it any better than the people at Enfield themselves state. This is really taking the Himalayan and making it a more fun, urban commuter-friendly bike while still promising a lot of capability for rough roads and off-road. There's always something about the Himalayan where I always describe it as kind of like this friendly pack animal kind of bike. But this bike is a different animal. Would it be like the playful calf of a pack animal? I don't know. But it's something like that. And you can feel that promise of needing to shift minimally while in traffic. You're just going to be between first and second gear, or really just second gear even. I don't know if they changed something with the second gear, but the second gear feels nice and long now. It's like your perfect gear for navigating traffic. First gear felt too short for me on the Himalayan. This seems to have just a little bit more in first gear than the standard Himalayan, which I really appreciate. And again, makes it more fun. Now, whether that's the result of an engine mapping thing or the smaller front wheel, you tell me. Right now, I don't know. Great suspension. And it feels so light and skinny between the legs, coming from the Interceptor especially, which feels kind of thick between the legs. It just really like feels like a smoother, more playful Himalayan. It's so easy to ride. Even on a Sunday, it's so dangerous to ride here, the way people are at intersections. Let's do a pull. Alright, let's go. It corners so nicely now compared to the Himalayan. See how I took that corner hot and then I just kind of banked into it? That's a big difference. I suppose the criticism people can level at the Scram is that it's not really faster than the Himalayan, but a feeling of speed and fun doesn't just boil down to top speed. The difference in agility with a slightly lower seat height actually really makes the bike feel significantly more fun. Like I said, a different animal, while maintaining that super friendly, easy to ride engine character from the Himalayan. It also feels so smooth. Another thing I love is this commanding riding position. It's like almost adventure bike, or practically adventure bike riding position, which makes it so easy to control. I've seen the criticism on YouTube about this bike kind of just like being some kind of a barely repackaged Himalayan, and I understand that, but I mean, in reality, especially in motorcycling, small things add up to big things. That's the whole point of customization culture, right? We go to all of this trouble modifying our bikes for a very subtle change that adds up over time, over hours of riding. I suppose that's what the Scram is. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel, but they made all of these small refinements that go into this package that's fun to ride, looks awesome, is comfortable. I guess put another way, sometimes you buy a Himalayan and you spend half the price that you bought it for modifying it into a scrambler, changing that front wheel, kind of shaving off that or taking out that windscreen. It looks awkward but looks scrambler-ish. But now you get a bike that's cheaper than the Himalayan with all of those modifications built in, with still ample room for all of your other modifications. So I will definitely be spending more time on this bike. I'll be testing it in all sorts of different riding situations, but already my 2 thumbs up as like your all-purpose beginner big bike in the Philippines. Maybe I'll be able to do a direct comparison between this and the current generation Himalayan, if you're really thinking about it. But honestly, offhand, I think that for most people, considering the Himalayan, this is the right bike. And you would choose the Himalayan only if you had much more off-road or extremely long touring needs. But I don't know, because I think the seat of this is more comfortable than the Himalayans. So you could go with the touring spec of this. You'd be kind of there with the Himalayan, but with a little bit more style. This feels like a bike you could ride all day, to work on the weekdays and to fun on the weekends, exactly as they promised. Another really nice quality of this bike, which I think you'll appreciate if you own it, people turn their heads to look at it. I see them. You would think that it being relatively slow would make it like, you know, not as fun to ride, but I just want to ride this bike all day. I don't want to give it back. I'm sorry if I sound too much like a fanboy, but I think this bike is exactly what they promised. It's very likable, it turns heads, it's easy to ride, and it has that Himalayan pedigree where you know that if things get rough, it's going to be one of the easiest, most capable bikes to ride. In some ways, this is the bike that I guess removes some of the compromise from people looking at the Himalayan as their first bike, but don't really need all of the capability and quirks that are specific to the Himalayan. As an everyday bike, road bike, commuter bike, wow, what a great proposition, and good job to Royal Enfield. This was so much fun, and yeah, looking forward to having this bike for a much longer ride or much longer time in the future. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this first look at the Royal Enfield Scram 411 in the Philippines. Catch you next time. Stay tuned for a lot more Scram 411 content. Ciao.